Hi, folks, welcome back. We have breaking news as we hit the air for the third and final hour of the Wednesday edition of the Steve Malzberg Show. The budget deal has passed in the Senate. I think it got 64 votes. What happened to a couple of days ago? Let's welcome in our guest, Charles Hurt, Washington Times columnist. Hello, Charles.
Hey, Steve.
How are you?
I'm doing so much better now that the Senate has done away with those horrible, painful sequesters.
Well, that's what your column is all about, and I want to get to that. But weren't we just told like a week ago or less that not one Republican in the Senate would actually vote for the bill itself? And now, 10 or 12 of them voted for it? What's going on here?
Yeah, they were even talking about mounting a big filibuster against it. But I think some of it has to do with the fact that it's a couple of days before Christmas, and they want to. They're smelling the jet fumes out on the runways, and they want to just get out of town, which I certainly understand. But the problem is that it's once again not good legislation.
Well, you wrote your piece at the Washington Times today, and everybody should check it out at WashingtonTimes.com about the cuts, about the sequester. Which many Republicans, cited, or many people cited the need that we have to pass this budget because the sequester was outrageous. But as you point out, nobody felt the sequester really, and I don't know. I know some military, certainly retirees, will feel this pinch of this budget. But your title is "The D.C. Gets the Vapors, Calls Sequester Too Much."
Yeah, and I don't honestly. Before this whole thing came out about the cuts to veterans' pensions, it was unclear exactly why this new package was so much better, except that the original sequester cuts were so that, of course, nobody anywhere felt were somehow so painful. But I think that, to me, the larger point about all of it is the fact that these people here in Washington, they simply don't get it. They actually think that there are all these huge swaths of the federal government that are so precious to them and to them only that they have to protect it. And whereas taxpayers across the country are sitting there with just kind of with our hair pulled out in our fingertips, and we're just amazed that these people cannot figure out how to make dramatic cuts to the federal government to get the taxes we're paying and to bring down the debt. It's just absolutely astonishing. But the lawmakers are beholden to unions. They're beholden to federal workers, and those are the reasons that they're not willing to make the drastic cuts that are really needed.
Yeah, and we're talking about both sides here, obviously, because Paul Ryan, was the brainchild of most of this budget, and you're right, and we got Republicans walking around in both chambers saying, well, we don't want another government shutdown. You got Boehner saying, hey, we shut down the government, and the Tea Party made us do it, which to me was the most ridiculous thing I ever heard him say, and he said some pretty bad ones, foot in mouth right there. So I don't see it, unless there's a Republican House, Senate, and White House. I don't see them ever making cuts, and to be honest with you, even then, they'll be afraid that the media will call them, hurting old people and children. They'll be afraid to do it even then.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. I mean, the American people rely on the Democratic Party to be the party of irresponsible, daffy spending, beholden to unions to do all that stuff. The Republicans are supposed to be immune to that. They're actually supposed to be adults about when it comes to fiscal issues. So as you point out, none of this can happen without Republicans clasping hands with Democrats to make it happen, and it's a real problem. And you take somebody like Paul Ryan. I have the utmost respect for the guy. I think he's a very serious guy, but increasingly he's kind of going out on limbs here and compromising what I would say are actual hardcore principles that are it's really starting to make me wonder about the guy.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the rumors on immigration reform, the statements on immigration reform, and also now, of course, the hard, cold facts on the budget. We're talking to Charles Hurt, Washington Times columnist here on the Steve Malzberg Show. Did you get a load of, I don't even know where to go next here, but I will. Did you get a load of John Podesta? They bring John Podesta back to the White House, and he accuses... he compares the Republicans to Jonestown Kool-Aid drinkers.
Yeah, Yeah, that's. I guess that's their the Obama administration's version of going mainstream. let's call Republicans Jonestown cult members.
Cult members, yeah.
Yeah, well, the real scary thing is that's actually probably a step in the right direction for the administration. At least they're not, it's better than their disastrous Obamacare rollout. But
right.
It really is. I think it reveals how desperate that they are. And the one thing, and you and I talked about this before, Steve. The one thing about Bill Clinton was that he learned from his mistakes. And he was a very, very smart politician. This cat we've got in here now, he is not a very smart politician. He does not learn from his mistakes. And so while John Podesta was a wizard standing behind Bill Clinton, for that you want to in the West Wing, they're never going to get out of the problem they're in right now for as long as President Obama refuses to learn from his mistakes and refuses to actually listen to the other side and compromise with the other side.
Yeah, and he doesn't care. He'll give every executive order he can. He'll regulate through his EPA and whatever he could get away with. And if the courts one day strike it down before he could appoint everybody on the courts, then so be it. But he doesn't care. Let me ask you real quick. To me, this is a charade. This whole Russian gay athlete thing. We are on our knees to Iran. And they kill gays. We're on our knees to Cuba, and they put gays in prison. And we're making such a big deal. The heroic Barack Obama now sent a delegation, including gay athletes like Billie Jean King. Boy, that's going to make Putin quake in his boots.
Yeah, what a great point. Finally, we found an issue that America will actually stand up for. Because we don't stand up for freedom anymore. We don't stand up for actually not killing gays or stand up to regimes that kill gays. Or gases its people, children, but we do. That's right. But we do stand up to not allowing gay athletes participate in the Olympics. I guess that's how he's going to calm the waters or whatever it is.
Yeah, I guess. Now listen. Next Wednesday, of course, is Christmas. The following Wednesday is New Year's, and I'm not here the Christmas Eve day or New Year's Eve day. So I guess this is farewell for a couple of weeks, and see you next year.
It sounds like
but listen,
we're not going to talk until next year.
I know. But listen, I really appreciate all you do for us coming on every week. I know you're busy, and I really enjoy our sessions because I think we have a lot in common with our mentalities and the way we think and look at things. So I enjoy shooting the breeze with you.
I always enjoy it immensely, Steve.
All right. Well, Charles, you have a Merry Christmas, you and your great family, and a Happy New Year, and we'll speak to you soon.
Same to you.
Take care.
Thank
Charles
you.
Hurt, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Charles Hurt, Washington Times. Read them there, WashingtonTimes.com. Very interesting stuff. Like I said, I want to talk more about this later on in the hour. This issue. I mean, Janet Napolitano. I don't know what Janet Napolitano's going to Russia. Billie Jean King's going to Russia. A gay female hockey player is going to Russia. That's the delegation Obama's sending. Now, again, if this is such an important issue to him, then why don't we say to Iran, in addition to you release our prisoners, stop killing gays? And instead of shaking hands with Cuba and smiling and talking to them, in addition to saying, let Alan Gross go, how about we tell him, stop putting gays in prison? No, we can't do that, but we're really dead set against this athlete ban in Russia. Give me a break. Steve Malzberg Show, Newsmax TV and radio.